Hi guys, my name is Saksham Chauhan, and in this video I'll give you an entire walkthrough of Zuvy as an LMS system as an admin. So this is the login page. I'll just go to app.zuvy.org, and through this I'll land into the login page. I'll click on login with Google, enter select my allotted email. Then I'll enter to the Zuvy admin portal. Here you can see there are a bunch of courses already being created, and all we have to do is click on new course. If we have to create a new course, click on the name of the course, let's say sample course, give a certain description, and if we have to upload any particular image we can. Otherwise, if we have to just leave it as it is, we can then also. uh, to make things more clear and more structured, I already created a course called as environmental studies. uh, Here you can see, if I click on the box, I can land into the general details section. Here you can see all the major details, basic details about the course, which includes environmental studies topic, a little bit description. As of now I haven't added any text, but all I have to do is just click on image, click on upload image, and an image will appear. I can also create a text, let's say, EVS, just sample text. I can select a commencement date on when the program should begin, enter the duration and the preferred language. Let's just pick it as English. Let's make it for 3 months. Okay, it should be in whatever the duration is, it should be in weeks. In this case, if we have we are taking 3 months, which is therefore almost 12 weeks. So I'll just write 12. Let's say date of commencement. Okay, let's just make it today as only and click on save button. Okay, I have to select the topics. Okay, environment, click on save. Thus the details has been successfully saved. Now my second step is adding the curriculum part. As you can see, I already added a curriculum, but to help you understand more, I'll just click on add module. So the structure is like this. There are modules, and then each module has different set of chapters. We The Zuvy offers you various types of chapters if you want. We can add pre-recorded lectures. We can incorporate articles. If you want to add some coding problems, which in this case is not applicable, but we also provide that option as well. We can have multiple choice questions, or I shall say quiz. We have assignment options as well, where we ask student to submit any particular document and stuff. Assessment section, form and live classes as well. Like if you have to schedule a class for, let's say, next week or for any particular week, or if you want to make sure that the classes happens on a frequent interval of time, then also it's possible with the system. Throughout this video, I'll show you each and every chapter type slowly and steadily. So here, this is chapter 1. This is pre-recorded version. We have added, as an admin, my role is to add the name of the chapter, description, and the YouTube link or the drive link that we have to showcase, upload in this. We don't upload the video, we just directly embed it. And um, here you have to just copy paste the YouTube or the drive link, but ensure that if we are uploading a Google Drive link, it should be in a public view so that no restrictions in the access happens. Same goes with the chapter 2, another pre-recorded link. Chapter 3, I added uh, an article for students to read it through. It's just one of the another chapter type, which, as I mentioned, if you click on preview article, you can see how it looks to the students, how it will look like to the students. Once the student gets complete, okay, we'll talk about student section in the next video. In the meantime, then there is, after every chapter, every module, once all the chapters are done, there are end module test, which can be, as I mentioned, various types of question, small tests like quiz, maybe assignment, or an open-ended question, I shall say, or a mix of both quiz and open-ended questions. We can create that. Okay, and as of now, for this, I added all the, I provided a MCQ which a student can see like this. The questions and the answer, multiple choice questions they have. We'll check on these questions later in the upcoming video. So I'm just giving a walkthrough right now. Now the next part is, let's go back and let's create a module of our own, right? Okay. So I already I'll just all I have to do is just click on add module. Okay, here you can see learning material projects. Project is generally used for the development part where there is just a simple long-term project which needs to be done. Learning material is the module that we'll be need to create. Okay, I already collected all the required information in a separate Google Doc, which you can see here. All I have to do is just copy paste and paste it here. The module name, module description. Module description is also very important as it gives students as well as you in the upcoming tenure where you have to recap any existing modules, see if it's necessary or not. Okay, and you, in case you want to re-go through it and doesn't want to open the entire chapter list to see what is there, the description helps you out. Now I have to write the duration or the time allotted. As of now I can see that there are chapter 1, chapter 2 and chapter 3. So let's say I think 1 month is all it takes. I'll just click on one and I'll create module. In the last, you can see module 5 food and health is already created. All I have to do is just click on it. You can see right now it's empty because no chapter has been added. Now we should be adding one. Let's go with chapter 1 food and health only. Okay, I'll just click on. Okay, the first thing is the YouTube video, which I'll have to copy the link. Click on add chapters, click on video. Okay, I have to just first give it the link, add the chapter name. Sorry. Okay, food, introduction to food, introduction to food and health. I'll write a certain 2-3 line description as well, like here's the entire explanation to, okay, I think some spelling mistake, explanation to food and health. I'll click on save, and simple as that, the video is already embedded. You don't need to upload it, and we are just embedding the link. This allows the student to watch it in the low bandwidth, since storage of the mobile and the low internet consumption allows the student to use their mobile phones to view this chapter. So this is what happens. Then I click, let's say now I have to they click on this. There's a PDF actually of 2 pages which I need to upload. I'll simply download the PDF. I'll go back to this. Now I want to upload this. I'll click on article. I'll click on okay, firstly I'll just rename the chapter, chapter 9, tips to healthy life. Okay, all I have to do is just drag it here, save, and click on preview the PDF to ensure that this is looking fine. Yeah, it's coming properly. I'll go back to this. Thus the PDF has been uploaded. If I have to, let's say now, add few questions. Okay, now what's next? Okay, next is the assignment part. I have to add assignments. Now this is some tricky part. Like, I click on the quiz part. Okay, I have to select the questions. Okay, I'll select the topic first. I can choose the difficulty level, easy, medium, hard. Let's say right now I don't have any difficulty level. Okay, let's say I click on some animals have more sensitive. I want this question. I don't know if I can't read the entire question, so I'll just click on view description. I can see the entire question. I see, okay, this looks good. I'll just click on the plus icon and boom, it's added. But one thing I'll realize that all these questions are not something that I want to add in this particular module. I have to look, so I want to add those questions inside this so that I can select those questions and share it with the student. So here's how the mechanism is. The LMS model does create a question library for a separate resource library where there are bunch of questions already existing. Okay, and these questions are basically the question bank, I shall say. So whenever any new course being created, all these questions you can see from there. So as a admin, you can select what all questions you want to add from these question banks. Now 110% there will be chances that these questions you want to add more questions, and these questions are not aren't including everything that you want. In that case, you have to click on create MCQ. You have option to click bulk questions or one question at a time. At this point I want to add one question at a time because I have very limited options. So I'll just click on what okay, so these are the MCQs that I want to include. Let's say I'll just go with what are the main nutrients found in food. I'll just click on it. Okay, I'll copy paste the text. I'll start writing the options. So these are the options. Okay. Okay. I'll just add another some random options as said, you know, basics. Uh, okay, I'll just the question that you select. If you can see the circle. If I click on this one, that means this is the right question. I'll click on the add question part. Okay, I missed selecting the topic. It should be the exact topic that you want to include. As I mentioned, environmental studies is something I want to include. I click on add question, and thus the questions have been graded. So this is a good way to add questions. Similarly, I can add more such questions. So what I'll do is I'll go back to the courses section. Okay, I'll click on environmental studies. I'll click on the box. Again, go back to the curriculum section. Click on module 5. Okay, now I want to add the question. I can click on quiz. You know, I'll just add end module test. Okay, I'll click on the environmental studies. I can see the question that I created just now is now being added here. All I have to do is just click on the plus icon. I can add more questions related to something, some way or the other related to it. I'll click few more questions to make it more competitive. 4 questions. I'll click on save, and thus the questions has been added. Okay, I one thing I missed. I have think I have to rename it. Okay, it's already done. Yeah, from here you can rename in case you want to change anything. I can also click on preview to see if the questions are the questions that we have added, how it looks to the students. I go back to this, and thus the questions has been added, the module. And same way you can add the other curriculum parts just like how I did. Okay, I added an assign. Okay, in the module 2, what I did is I created an assessment where we asked the submission from the students. How I did it, um, I just clicked on the assignment part. This is the window it shows. All I have to do is just enter the title, which as I mentioned, end module test. Set a deadline on when the student is supposed to, or like what is the deadline of the submission, which as I mentioned, 30th October. Okay, I added the text, the title, you know, the short description, clicked on save, and eventually it gets saved. Now as a submission they have to upload the whatever the submission they have done. So this is how the curriculum behave, like this is how we create the curriculum in the LMS portal. Now if we talk about adding students, it's as simple as that. Okay, you can see the bunch of students I already added. All I have to do is just click on add student. Again, there is an option of uploading multiple student at once by simply downloading the format of sample student data.csv and arranging the student data according to this, which is simple. All we need is email, first name, last name. That's it, nothing else. And if we have to upload student one data at a time, in that case what we have to do is just write Saksham Chahan enter the email ID saksham.cv and add student. Okay, once the student has been enrolled, there is an option for me. uh, Now once the student is enrolled into it, all I have to do, I can see the name of this student saksham.c, but I can see that there is an icon called as unassigned. What does that mean? It means generally a generally a class consists of more than 100, 150 plus, or may sometimes 300 plus students, and for a one particular instructor it becomes very massive thing to handle the number of students. So in that case we tends to divide the students into multiple batches. I did the same here as well. All I have to do is just create the new batch, let's say random, write the instructor who will be you know uh, helping those students learn. It can be, if a class has three batches, it will be having three different instructors. And let's say that cap enrollment, as in the maximum number of students can be enrolled, let's say 10. Or I can see all assigned manually. I'll just click on the next. As I can see, there is Saksham Chahan only, not the other names. The reason is all the other students are already been assigned, and Saksham Chahan is the only unassigned student here. All I have to do is just click on it and create a badge. But now you can see in the random section here the student is there. Now this way you will be able to check on each batch student progress, their attendance. Progress denotes how many assignments or assessments that student has done. Attendance denotes how many live lectures they have attended. So if there is a program that only have the self-paced, or I should say pre-recorded lectures, which needs which tends to gets uploaded, in that case the attendance will always show zero. Otherwise for live sessions, attendance is generally for the live sessions. So that is all about how the student is being managed in the LMS portal. In submission section, as an admin, as an admin, you can check on individual students' responses as well as the overall class records. For example, in the assignment part, you can see out of 7 students, only one has submitted, and the module name is Our Environment with Us, which is the module 2. If I click on it, I can see Saksham Chahan, a different email ID, has submitted and the status says on time. If I click on view report, in that case, I can see Saksham submission report by Saksham Chahan, all my details, when I completed it, okay, where is my assignment link. If I click on the link, I'll be redirected to the assignment part. So this is, in this way I'm able to check on. Now in the next video I'll show you how a student is able to see this particular tool. Thank you so much.